And this is it's not perfectly round, but it'll do. Sits perfectly fine up here, which is where I'm the most concerned. No gaps there. The next thing is to lay down a couple of tacks and take it over to the table and start welding it. Be careful with that zerk fitting if you have one, or that grease fitting. Hey, what's up everybody? Sorry about that. Okay, I did get a little bit ahead of myself here with the welding. A little bit I had to get some things going and whatnot. Just a quick catch up with you guys. I don't know how many of y'all have seen the welding that I've done here. This is 6011 on the first pass. Sorry about that. 6011 on the first pass at the 7018 the second and third pass. That is how the hinge is going to be sitting for now. I do plan on making more gussets for it. That is my vertical downhill. Vertical downhill on this second and third pass. The 7018 is what you see there. 7018 both sides, and my overhead. Well, you get the point. It's not the best, but this is what we have going on so far. As far as the hinge on the other side, this is what I've come up with. I managed to find a piece of flat bar 1 by 3 inch off a piece of old farm equipment that I found. It was about a foot long. What I ended up doing was I ended up cutting it at about 9 inches in length, and I cut about 1.5 inches in, about halfway, and laid down some 6011. I just got done with the first pass of 6011 here. The idea is for the swing out to come in, and as a 2x4 comes in here, it'll be able to come in here. This is gonna have a hole. Well, I'm going to drill out some holes here, or maybe one. That's going to be having a pin that's going to go in and through it, and somehow be able to hold that 2x4, that swing out portion of it. This is what we got going on so far. I know I got this giant gap to fill in here, which is going to get done pretty soon. I'm going to go ahead and start hitting it pretty soon with the 7018, just because the metal is pretty hot right now, so I want to take advantage of that. The 7018 at 1/8, I always have problems with it sticking to the metal. Hopefully we'll have a little bit something better. Welds are coming out a little bit better. You know, practice makes perfect. You know, as I've mentioned in other videos, I'm not a welder, so you know, I'm teaching myself how to weld, and this is just one of my projects that I've been doing. So I'll catch you guys later. Alright guys, this is the hinges I was telling you. That's 7018 pass, second pass. I don't think I'm gonna do a third pass on the 7018. It's already got a 6011 pass on the first one. I think this is gonna do. Alright, so better explain what I was trying to say in the earlier video. Swing out hinge, swing out, boom, right there. Of course, this is gonna be picking up a little bit, and it's gonna get cut somewhere around here. be able to slide into here. I'll probably need a piece of flat bar right here, about maybe a 4x6 piece of flat bar, so I can have a pin going through and through and catch it. I'll probably have to be somewhere halfway, since this edge only makes it up to here, which is the same over there from tail light to tail light. Should be about a 4-inch distance. So let me show you guys real quick. So you see where it's gonna be at. So the pin's probably gonna have to be somewhere closer to the tail light, which is perfect. I'm gonna have to saw off this piece of tubing, or use a cutting wheel and cut it out. And this is how it's coming along. It's gonna have another piece of 2x4 sticking at about 23 inches, about yay height. It's gonna have that receiver mount on it, which is where the tire is gonna go. I kind of want the tire to catch that same angle of the window, so we'll see if we can't do that there, and if not, we'll just leave it as is and we'll keep it straight. But I think we should be able to do it. Right now, I'm trying to focus on cutting this portion right here, and let's see what we can make happen. Alright, catch you later, guys. Alright, YouTube. Sorry I keep getting ahead of myself here. Last time I believe y'all saw me measuring to cut this to length. Well, unfortunately I can't give you like an exact measurement of how much you need to have, because of course it just depends on how you put your bracket or your yeah, well, your bracket right here at the end. This one happened to be just at the end of the tail light, and this is how this is set up. The 2x4 comes all the way over here. It gets cut just shy of it, and then I welded a piece of 4x4 1/4-inch plate steel flat bar that I had there. Welded it all around. 7018, 6011. Yeah, it's got 7018 on one pass of 7018, a 6011 at the bottom, the 7018 pass at the top. And these ones just have this one right here, and this one right here only have 6011. That should be plenty enough. There's a lot of plenty good penetration. So this is how this is gonna work out, more or less. I'm gonna see if I can get a bigger pin. This is one of those hitch pins, and this is how this is gonna swing out. It has a little bit of an angle to it, so it's not at a complete 90 degrees. You can see it right there. It's just ever so slightly angled so that it fits in there without any interference. This itself is also angled, so it'll match up pretty good. And this one kind of has a little bit of play to it, but that's just that swing and that hinge itself. There's nothing wrong with it. Unfortunately, this one came with a Zerk fitting installed, and I never took it off. And yeah, I need to replace that Zerk fitting so I can grease that bitch and go ahead and continue on with this. But this is how this is gonna be setting up. I happen to have found a railroad, one of those spikes somewhere. I forgot where I put it. Anyways, I'm just gonna put it right here for just as a decoration, I guess, just to be able to. It doesn't really need it. I mean, you grab the 2x4 by the bottom of the hinge or the carrier itself, you can just pick it up and you adjust it. If you don't, it'll kind of drags around in there a little bit, which is fine. I'm okay with that. But yeah, that's just something, you see. Kind of have to pick it up a little bit. I'm okay with that. I'm not picky. This is, you know, homemade stuff. It's plenty hard enough to, sorry, it was plenty hard to figure this stuff out. I mean, I'm okay with this. If later on I want to revise this and redo it, I probably will, but in the meantime I don't see myself doing it. As far as the lower section of it goes, that's done pretty much. I have this mark right here where I'm going to be centering out the vertical portion of the carrier, and that's what's going to be coming up shortly. And this is my stickers. Ricer, yes I know, but yeah, this is how it's going.